John, we're here today. It's been an amazing day. We started the day off in Phoenix. What's been the highlight for you so far?
It's just been great to be out and about and to see the enthusiasm of people to get registered. Whether it was the streets that we were walking, whether it was outside voting stations in Phoenix and right here in Durban North. But I must say, a personal one for me today, being able to register my daughter and to be able to make sure that she's registered to vote next year. The young people's vote is going to be so important, and I'm so delighted to have been here. Ashley's been voting with me since she was tiny, and we've taken pictures every election together, and now she's going to be able to vote in the next election. Apart from making me feel old, it certainly fills my heart with great pride, and we need to get everybody's, our sisters, our brothers, our children, everybody needs to understand that we've got to rescue South Africa, and it's only going to be rescued by voting for change, and that's what the next election is going to be about. So, power to the registered.
Now, Ashley, congratulations on registering today. I know that it was a bit of a mess, but how are you feeling about today?
I'm feeling so excited to be able to finally know that I can cast my vote next year and make a change. And, vote DA, obviously, to see the South Africa that I want to live in when I'm older, be able to get a job, have a flourishing economy. That's just what I want.
All right. No, I was about to ask you if you're voting DA. I'm glad that it is happening. But my question for you is that it's not a given that someone will just vote for the party that their father is the leader of. My family is ANC aligned, and I decided to join the DA. So what is it about the DA that is driving you to vote for the DA in next year's election?
I just think that the DA really puts an effort into reaching out to young people. I mean, you go onto TikTok, you go onto Instagram, the DA is everywhere. And their messages just strongly align with me and what I want to see my country to look like when I'm older. It's not always a given. I mean, I don't have to be voting DA at all next year. But I just think that what the DA is doing, and what the DA has done and is going to do in the future is just what we need our South Africa to look like. So my ballot paper is definitely going to have an X next to DA.
No, you heard it here. Now, John, where the DA governs, things are getting done and South Africans are starting to see it. Why do you think the DA is so good at governing where they do?
Because we don't just talk, we get out and do it. Any party can make promises, and I hope that voters are going to judge parties in this next election, not on what they're promising, but what they've done. And I think the DA's got a great record of action. We've got a promise of more. Just look at what's happened in the Western Cape in the last year. We don't talk about creating jobs. 300,000 new jobs in the DA-run Western Cape. Priority crimes down 14%. These are things that we are doing, not talking about. We're getting on and doing it. The only provincial economy that's growing, the lowest unemployment rate in the country, highest access to basic services, best education outcomes. All of these things are as a result of ensuring that people are able, that people have trusted us to vote, and that we are repaying that trust by delivering to the electorate.
Thank you. Now, we saw a massive statement that went out earlier today about the DA's polling currently. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? And do you think it's possible for us to unseat the ANC in 2024?
Well, if anyone was sitting at home today wondering if their vote is going to make a difference, the fact that the DA is now just 7% behind the ANC should get you out of your seat and to your local voting station to make sure that you're registered, because we are nearly there. Senzeni Kangan, we're nearly there. We're almost there. And just with voters' help, with people registering, we can come out and make that change happen. We're nearly there, South Africa, but you need to now be the heroes in the story of writing the change agenda for the country. So register to vote, please.
Now, we've seen that the multi-party charter is polling very well here in KZN, but you've made it a point on multiple occasions that it's important that we have the DA as a strong anchor inside this coalition. Can you just elaborate more on that?
Yes, just like any shopping centre needs a strong anchor tenant to attract other shops and, most importantly, customers, so too does a coalition. It needs a strong anchor tenant for stability, to ensure that you don't see the situation that you've seen playing out in some of the unstable situations where there's been an over-fragmentation of the vote. What you need to do is to ensure that the DA's values, the DA's principles, but most importantly, the DA's experience in governing, delivering jobs, growing an economy, keeping people safe, educating our children. These are the things that are going to be on the ballot paper in the next election, and these are the things that need to be at the heart of any new government. And that's why the anchor tenant, like the DA, is going to be important for us to be able to start opening the door to new opportunity and prosperity and an inclusive economy in the next election.
Now, John, what message do you have for people out there that may not know how to register to vote?
It is so simple. It couldn't be easier. Today and tomorrow, between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m., you can bring your green barcoded ID book or your smart ID down to your nearest voting station and they will register you here. But you can also skip the queues and avoid any of the inconvenience of having to leave your home by going to our website we've set up, check.da.org.za. It is as simple as uploading a picture of your identity document, filling out the form, and it will make sure that you are properly registered from the comfort of your own home. And certainly in Durban today, it's a scorcher today, from the comfort of a cool environment. So there's no excuse really for not registering to vote. It couldn't be easier to register to vote than it has been made. So South Africa, it's over to you now. We've brought the political parties together. The IEC's out here today. It's now up to you to play your part, because change doesn't happen by accident. Change doesn't happen by osmosis. It happens through an act of the will. And in a democracy, that act of the will is making sure you're registered and making sure you vote.
Get help registering to vote at check.da.org.za. Register to rescue South Africa.